You know, I'm known as Barefoot Ted, and the whole barefoot moniker connected in my mind has to do with being able to run a marathon barefoot back in the day, and then experimenting with the barefooting, and it just became my title, Barefoot Ted or BFT. When you buy a Luna sandal, it's many different things happening all at one time. In one sense, you're reaching out and touching and becoming part of the story Born to Run. Because Luna sandals and Born to Run, they come to recognition at the same moment. And indeed, the story of the founding of our company is in the pages of Born to Run, and there's that incredible photo that Luis Escobar has of Manuel Luna making me my first sandal that just is like, to me, epic. Because I look at it and it's just like, literally I can feel that moment still. It resonates. It's like, I knew as I'm looking there, holding a banana, looking at him making me a sandal, I'm like going, this is a very important moment, and it is. Manuel Luna and I start talking, and I asked Manuel Luna, hey, would you be willing to make me a pair of sandals? I'd like to buy a pair of sandals from you. And he's like, yeah, okay. So we start shopping for the sandal making material. He picks out, you know, unlike what most people think. Most people think Tarahumara must wear, you know, super thin sandals and this and that. They actually use pretty thick material often. You know, almost as thick as what some of the Luna sandals has become. And it's like, why would that be? Well, I come to think of it, they run on, it's like portable ground. It's flat, it's zero drop material that still transfers all the impact. You can't run stupidly in huaraches very easily. So anyway, he wants to get me the best pair. So he buys the thickest, heaviest, most expensive truck tire treads. And I mean, he's just so proud that I'm gonna, you know, basically it's like a Rolls Royce or something. And I'm just thinking, holy moly, man, those are big. Anyway, he proceeds, and this is captured in the book Born to Run so beautifully. It's almost like having, you know, your sports hero become the person who's gonna make you a pair of shoes. And indeed, Luis Escobar captures the moment, thankfully, on camera. We have pictures of this moment where I've negotiated with Manuel in my broken Spanish, him in his broken Spanish. He's measuring my foot, and we go through the process of making my first pair of huaraches. In 2007, I returned and ran the Copper Canyon Ultra Marathon, which is now known as the Caballo Blanco Ultra Marathon, in a pair of sandals that I had made myself. And when I returned after running that race in 2007, having run that race, people started writing me and asking me, hey, could I make them a pair? And I was getting some Vibram soling material at that time, you know, because of my connections with Vibram, and I started making my own sandals. And basically, in my mind, Luna Sandals starts that day when Manuel Luna makes me my first pair of sandals. So when you buy a Luna sandal, you're sort of integrating yourself with that story. You're reconnecting to this long story and remembering this long story of like the very first piece of technology for humans invented to extend their range. You're reconnecting and remembering the fact that you, just by virtue of being born a human being, have already been given the best tool you'll ever have for learning how to run, your own 2 feet. And you're getting to participate in this thing we like to call ourselves lunar monkeys, or lunatics. And just sort of like Caballo Blanco called us the Mas Locos. That's the people who went down to the canyons where we were Mas Locos, are the crazy ones. What are the crazy ones? What are the lunatics? Well, they're people who believe we can live together in peace. They're people who think that it's being a human being, being born a human being is already a marvelous thing. And that if we just remember these simple things that are already make life so wonderful for living, that becomes kind of the spirit of what a lunar monkey is.